Good evening, teacher.
Hi, Astrid. Good evening. How was everything?
Everything is okay, teacher. Thank you. How are you,
That's
teacher?
great. I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. How was your
Okay.
Christmas?
It was great too. I spent Christmas with my family, and
Oh,
yes, that. How about you?
everything was great. I spent time with my family, and then that was a quiet night, right? So, well, that's great. Give me a second, please. I'm trying to solve this problem with the volume of my computer. Okay, yes, now it's okay. I guess it's okay. So, okay, now we have to continue, right? We're not going to have classes on Monday, right? Because it's holiday. So, yes, we have enough time to finish the lesson, and yesterday was holiday too. So, now we're going to continue, right? We're going to start. Can you please help me to remember until what part we stopped? I'm not sure if it was until past and real conditional or be supposed to.
We were talking about a wish.
Okay. Oh, yes, we stopped in wish, right?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So now, okay, now we're going to see this lesson about the past and real conditional. We haven't seen this lesson yet, right?
Was a real conditional? No, maybe. No,
Yes,
I don't remember.
I guess, no, yes, maybe I got confused with one of my other courses. Okay, so this is the last conditional that we're gonna find, right? As I told you in past lessons about the conditional, we have 4 conditionals, right? It depends on the name, right? If it's up to the name, we have the 0, first, second, and third conditional, or first, second, third, and fourth conditional, right? Both names are okay. There is no problem, okay? So this is the last conditional that we're gonna find. It could be the third conditional if we're gonna count from 0, right? 0, first, second, third conditional, right? So let's listen the audio first.
As you know, I'm an English teacher. If I hadn't become an English teacher, I would have continued being an actor. If I had been lucky, I might have been in a movie. These sentences are examples of the past unreal conditional. Let's take a look at them.
Okay, so in this, as I told you, right, this is the last conditional, right? This is the last conditional, right? So we have, if I hadn't become an English teacher, I would have continued being an actor. If I had lucky, if I had been lucky, sorry, I might have been in a movie, right? As you can see, the structure is a little bit more complex, right? But it's not that difficult, right? And okay, so we're gonna, something that we know about the conditionals, right? It's that all of them are compound from 2 clauses, right? Where is a clause? It's a verb, it's a subject plus a verb. These 2 clauses have a name. Each one has a name. The if clause or main clause and the result clause, right? That's something that all the conditionals have in common, right? So first of all, we're gonna see when do we have to use this past and real conditional, or what does it mean. So let's listen the first point.
We use the past unreal conditional to talk about past conditions and results that never happened. The if clause expresses the unreal condition. The result clause expresses the unreal result. If I had been more careful, we would have had the evidence. This means that Talia wasn't careful, and as a result, they don't have the evidence. We often use the past unreal conditional to express regrets about what happened in the past.
If I hadn't messed it up, we'd have the recording now.
In the example, Talia regrets that she messed up the recording.
Okay, so now we're gonna see this, we're gonna continue, right? Well, as I told you, we have 4 conditions, right? This is the last. Oh, can you listen to me?
Yes, but not very clear, teacher.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna try to connect my microphone again. I received a notification about my microphone, so please give me a second. How about now? Is it better now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yes, it was my microphone. I moved some things here and then I have problems with it. Okay, now I hope it works, right? So if suddenly you can't listen to me, just let me know, right? So
Thank you for charging me.
okay, yes, now we're gonna continue. Well, okay. As you can see, because of the name, we know that it's an unreal condition, right? What does it mean? If something could happen, right? We're gonna have a result, right? What does it mean? The condition, if I had been more careful, it's a false or it's an unreal situation. Okay, no, okay,
No,
yes,
teacher,
now
I don't listen very well. No.
okay, give me a second. Okay, now I guess now you can listen to me because it appears me. Right, I don't know what happened, right? I have problems with my microphone. So, okay, as I was telling you, is it okay for you? Can you listen to me?
Teacher.
Astrid?
Yes, teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, as I was telling you, right, the name is we're gonna find in the name past, okay? So I could imagine that the sentence is gonna be in the past, right, or any past tense. And then I have an unreal, right? And I have the conditional that it's something that we're gonna find in all the lesson's name, right? So let's focus on this part, right? Okay. The first part is gonna help us to identify the structure. You're gonna see them, don't worry. And this is gonna help us to understand that the situation, that the condition is false. It's an unreal one. That never happened, okay? If I had been more careful, okay, what does it mean? That Talia wasn't careful, right? As a result, an unreal result, I mean, we would have had the evidence. What does it mean? That they don't have the evidence, okay? So in this part, we have that the real condition, right? And if we're gonna do something, each action has a result, right? Okay, this action is an unreal one. So as a result, you are going to have what? An unreal result. I have an unreal condition, and as a result, that the situation is going to be false, right? Okay, so this is the action, and this is going to be the result, right? Both are unreal ones, okay? So the if clause expresses the unreal condition. What is a condition? If you do something, you are gonna have a result. Okay. If I had been more careful, we would have had the evidence. First of all, Talia wasn't careful. Then, as a result, they don't have the evidence. Okay. Okay, no, let's continue with this second point. The second use of the past unreal conditional is to express regrets, right? Sometimes we did something, right? And now I have a problem with the result, right? Of course, when we, for example, yesterday, no, in this Christmas, right? The last Christmas, my first regret that I have is I eaten too much, right? So if I hadn't eaten too much, I would feel better. I feel better, right? Because then at night I had a terrible stomachache, right? As you can see, it's a regret that I have in the past, right? Nowadays, now I'm still with the stomachache because I'm not. I always eat healthy food, and then so as I eat too much, right? As a result, I have a stomachache, right? Dolor de stomachache, right? So that's my regret that I have. This Christmas I've eaten too much, right? If I hadn't eaten too much, I feel better with myself, right? I wouldn't have a stomachache, right? So that's a regret that I have. Sometimes we did something and the result is not it's not the best for us, right? That's the second use of the last conditional, right? Past unreal conditional. The first one to talk about fake or unreal situations and unreal results, and the second one is to express regrets that I have in the past, right? What I did in the past. So, do you have any question about point number one?
No, teacher, thank you. Everything is clear until now.
Okay, that's great. So let's continue with the second point.
The verb in the if clause is in the past perfect.
If you hadn't done such a good job, we'd never have known the truth.
We form the verb in the result clause with would have plus the past participle.
If you hadn't done such a good job, we'd never have known the truth.
Notice that in conversation, we often use the contraction d for would and wouldn't for would not. We also use the contraction d for had and hadn't for had not.
Okay, so this is about the structure, right? Let's focus on the title. It's the past unreal conditional, right? The past. What does it mean? That the structure is going to be in the past. Let's start with the if clause. The other name for the if clause is the main clause, right? The principal clause. Main clause. Okay, this main clause is going to be compound with the past perfect. What is the structure of the past perfect? The subject, subject, auxiliary verb had, right? Even if I talk in first, second, third person in singular or plural, this is not gonna change, right? Then I'm gonna use the verb in the participle from past, participle from, the third column that I have for the verbs, right? Eaten, done, what else? Eaten, done, cut, traveled, right? What else? Been, right? And we have more. So this is gonna be the structure of the first clause, the if clause, We know it is the name, the title of this clause is main clause or F clause. Why is it called if? Because it starts with if, right? Then we're gonna choose the subject. It's up to you which subject we're gonna use. If she, if you, if I, if they, right? And then we're gonna copy the structure, right? If you, in this case, is a negative, to form the negative sentence, we know that the negative goes with the auxiliary verb had. If you hadn't done such a good job, we'd never have known the truth. If you hadn't done such a good job. So what does it mean? That you, okay, we're gonna suppose that you did a great job, right? You did a good job. As a result, if you hadn't, so the real situation is that you hadn't done such a good job, right? That's the real situation. We'd never have known the truth, right? Let's take a view to our second part, and it is called the result clause, right? So the if clause is the condition, and the result clause, it only has one main, it's the result, there is no more. Okay, this result clause is formed by the subject for sure, right? It's up to you, again, it's up to the context, which subject you're gonna use, right? Then we're gonna use would have, plus the past participle of the verb. Now, the question here is, in what time tense is this, right? The other day, one of my students asked me if this was the present perfect, or if it is a past perfect, right? Well, the question is the present perfect, right? The second clause is gonna contain the present perfect. Why? Well, the supposition, right, or the logical situation, maybe because of the logical situation, the rule of the models explain me that if I'm gonna have a model, right, any model except oughta and have to, the rest of the models like would, should, can, right, then the following verb needs to be in its base form, right, always. So we're using a model, so it needs to be in its base form. Muy aparte de que se utilice, voy a explicar esta parte en español, en castellano, muy aparte de que se utilice porque sabemos que después del modal siempre va el verbo en su forma base, por más de que se hable en tercera, primera, segunda, plural, singular, siempre lleva la forma base. La pregunta es si es presente perfecto o es pasado perfecto. La respuesta podría ser presente perfecto, ¿ok? Es decir, en el if clause vamos a encontrar el pasado perfecto, right? No hay más. Ahora, en la segunda, porque podemos suponer que utilizamos un modal, es would. Oh, what happened? Ok. Como utilizamos el modal, tiene que ser seguido de su forma base. Entonces, esa estructura que es have, con el verbo en participio es el presente perfecto, right? Con el participio, perdón. Have con el participio es el presente perfecto. Ahora, algo que es súper importante recalcar es que el sujeto no va a modificar. Sabemos que en el presente perfecto se puede intercambiar por has si es tercera persona. She has been she has eaten, he has eaten, it has jumped, right? Puede cambiar, pero como estoy utilizando el modal, de nuevo no puedo modificar esto, ¿ok? Entonces, hay quienes dicen que este es el presente perfecto, el pasado perfecto. La realidad es que puedes escoger cualquier modal y te puedes acordar que lleva el presente perfecto, porque este es el presente, right? Presente perfecto. Lo único que cambia es que no se conjuga. Es decir, si yo voy a hablar de she, ok, entonces este es presente perfecto, pero voy a utilizar el modal would. Entonces la pregunta, ¿tendría que poner has or have? What do you think? I have two options because it's the present perfect, so I have has and have.
We have.
Yes,
She will
have. Yes, why do you think that?
Because would is a model. After a model, we use the verb in in its base form.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's so, right? So, because of that, we're not gonna modify it. And it's the only exception. Es la única excepción en estos condicionales, right? En este condicional, en el último, que por más de que se esté hablando en tercera persona, porque esto es modal, right? A esto no se lo va a mover, right? Entonces puede ser el presente perfecto o sencillamente el modal con el have y el verbo en participio como se te haga un poquito más fácil para ti. Si es que lo asimilas con presente perfecto, está bien, pero no te olvides que esto no se modifica por el modal. ¿Ok? Do you get it?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
All right, that's great. So, okay, we often use the contraction D, right? With never, and again, with never, that's the pronunciation, with never have known the truth, right? We wouldn't. We actually don't pronounce the L, right? Would, right? No, we actually don't do it. So yes, that will be everything about this point, about the structure. Do you have any question?
No, teacher.
Okay, that's great. So let's continue with the next point. All right. So let's continue with point number 3.
We can also use the modals could, should, or might in the results clause.
If Talia had had more time, she might have remembered to check the buttons.
If she had checked the buttons, she could have prevented her mistake.
We often use the contractions could have, should have, or might have in conversations.
Okay, so we have the contractions could have, should have, and might have, right? Again, we don't pronounce the letter L, could have, should have, and might have, right? You have the option to change with other models, right? Is the case of could, should, and might. For this, you have to know the use of each model. Don't forget them, please. So most of the students use would, right? But it's up to you, right? So, but if you're gonna decide to use might or could or should, right? You have to take care about the use of each one of the models. If you don't, please try to take a view to our last lessons, right? All the models are available, so in that order, you can see the use of each model. So if Toya had more time, what does it mean? That she didn't have time, right? Or enough time. She might have remembered to check the buttons. What does it mean? That she she didn't, or she don't have, she didn't, or she couldn't remember it, right? If she had checked the buttons, what does it mean? That she didn't do it, right? She could have prevented her mistake as a result, right? Because she didn't check the buttons, she didn't prevent anything, right? So as you can see, the second one is talking about a regret, and the first one could be an unreal situation, right? So we have two cases: the unreal situation, the unreal condition, and the unreal result. And we have the regret that we could have about something that we did in the past. Again, we actually use the contractions could have, should have, and might have. In conversation, in formal writing, we don't do it. We avoid the contractions in formal writings. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
All right. Let's finish with point number 4. And this is something that all the models, I'm sorry, all the conditionals have. The order, the comma, the punctuation. Okay, so let's listen.
The if clause can come at the beginning or the end of the sentence. The meaning is the same. Notice that in writing, we use a comma after the if clause when it comes first. If I had been more careful, we would have had the evidence. Or, we would have had the evidence if I had been more careful.
Okay, so how about the punctuation? In writing, we only use the punctuation in writing. And of course, at the moment that we're gonna read a paragraph, we have to respect the punctuation, the comma, the final point, the period, right? If I had been more careful, if I had been more careful, we would have the evidence. We wouldn't have the evidence if I had been more careful. If we're going to start with the if clause, we're going to write the comma at the end of the first clause. And if we're going to start with the result clause, and we're going to finish with the if clause, it's unnecessary the use of comma. I don't have to do it, right? And then I'm not gonna forget the period at the end of the sentence. Additionally, it's available for writing, right? In spoken English, it's unnecessary, right? Because we don't do it. But something that you can do in spoken English is to change the order. You can start with the if clause or with the result clause, and there is no problem. As soon as your sentence is well structured and it's understood for the others, it's gonna be okay. So, do you have any question about the lesson?
It's clear, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So let's practice a little bit. And give me a second, please. Where is it? Okay. Oh. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Once you can see it, please let me know.
Yes.
All right, can you please read the instruction?
Read the first sentence, complete the second sentence so that it expresses the meaning of the first sentence. Click on the box and then choose the correct answer.
Okay, so let's start.
Yeah, okay. Italia had gone to Josh's party. Amy would have introduced her to Matt. This means that Amy didn't introduce Talia to Matt.
Didn't?
Yes.
Okay.
If Julio hadn't been on this college soccer team, he wouldn't have gotten on the national team. This means that Julio got on the national team. If Paul Congo hadn't blocked the last goal, the other team would have won the game. This means that Paul Congo blocked the last goal. Amy could have gotten an A in her journalist class if she studied harder. This means that Amy could This means that Amy didn't get an A in her journalist class.
Great.
If the restaurant hadn't been so crowded, the service might have been fast. This means that and the restaurant was crowded. If there hadn't been so much traffic, Tony would have gotten to the office by 8. This means that there was a lot of traffic.
Great. So do you want to modify something before to submit?
You know?
Okay, so let's do it. And let's take a view. And great, everything was great. Congrats, you got 6 out of 6.
Yes,
So,
thank
do you have any question? Or everything is okay about the vocabulary, about the structure?
Crowded is like slowly it will be.
Crowded, the restaurant hadn't been so crowded. Crowded is when the restaurant was full. Well, in this case, wasn't full, right? The booth was crowded. What does it mean? That there was a lot, that there were a lot of people, right? It was full.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let's continue with, okay, yes, we have enough time. Give me a second. I'm gonna check if we are gonna have enough time today. Yes, we have. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Once you can see it, please let me know.
Yes.
Could you please read the instruction?
Okay. Complete Alice and Nick's journal entries. Type the correct form of the verb in parentheses into the blank.
Great.
And so the press, if I will,
Sorry?
okay, if I had been more careful, I will get the evidence.
I would?
I would get.
Oh, the structure, the formula.
I would have get.
Get? Is that the participle form of get?
Good.
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to check right now where is the past participle of get. The 3 forms, right?
It's good, maybe. I don't know.
Sorry,
Good.
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds in order to look right now in Chrome, in Google, what is the correct form? What are the three forms of the verb get? The first one is get, the second is got. How about the third one? Look it for, find it right now, please. Google it.
Good.
Gotten. Right? So the evidence, I would have gotten the evidence to clear Nick's name. I
Okay. I could have recorded.
oh, what is this?
Jackie and Dean's conversation. If I had pushed
Oh,
both buttons, but at least I know the truth now. If I if I hadn't heard the conversation, I wouldn't have known the whole story.
okay, the whole
Poor,
story.
okay. Poor Talia, she's so angry at herself. If I had gotten her message, I will have her.
I would have
Heard about the mistake with the recording. I wouldn't have arrived at her door with flowers I if I had known what had happened. But at least we know the truth now. If Jackie and Dean hadn't talked about me at the restaurant, we wouldn't have found
We wouldn't.
Found.
Okay. Oh, yes, found the space. Found out the whole story.
And the whole story.
Do you want to modify something maybe? Or
No.
it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna check my spelling before to submit. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's okay. Sometimes my spelling is wrong. Okay, yes, it was great. Right, don't forget the participle form of each verb, right? Here, heard, got, get, got, gotten, right? It's important. If we don't know or if we forget about it, it's gonna be difficult for us to make the structure, right? Do you have maybe any question about the lesson, about the exercise, or you don't?
I could use and what the structure is for example, for could and might to write
Yes.
and would.
Okay. So in this, in all this, oh my goodness, what do you have any particular exercise in this in these two paragraphs, maybe?
For the with might, for example,
Which one?
or with
For could? Well, it could vary, right? Podría variar, but to choose one of the other conditionals, it is gonna depend on the situation, right? What does it mean? If the situation or if the result clause it's not as certainly as, right? Then we have to use might, right? As I tell you, right? We have to know the use of each conditional in order to use in the best to use it or to use them in each sentence with the best meaning, okay? No se podría, en realidad. La respuesta sería no, porque para poder utilizar otro modal, tengo que tomar en cuenta y tengo que saber dominar los usos de cada uno de los condicionales. Es decir, si es más probable que el otro o si es tal vez un tipo de consejo, ¿ok? Entonces, si es que tú quisieras utilizar my, tal vez tendrías que necesariamente saber el uso de cada modal, right? So, let's take a view. Okay, I'm gonna close this, give me a second. I'm gonna try something. Bueno, en realidad, igual, aunque lo intentemos tal vez escribir en otro sentido, tendríamos que sí o sí saber otros ejercicios nos calificarían. Vamos a escribir might, is she so angry at her so if I might have heard. Okay, for example, we're gonna decide. I'm not sure if person is gonna continue. Okay, this is incorrect. The use of the modal is incorrect, right? Si quisieras utilizar tal vez otro modal, tendrías que tomar en cuenta si va con el contexto, si cumple la función del modal con el que vas a querer aplicar. Si no cumple, entonces yo creo que lo mejor es utilizar would, en todo caso, right? Entonces, si tal vez no dominaras también los modales, el comodín tiene que ser el primer would, right? Siempre. Porque es el que más encajaría con todas las situaciones, con cada contexto. Si quieres utilizar, intercambiar por otros modales como los que hemos visto, might, should, right? Could, I guess we said. You have to take care on the structure. Oh, no, not on the structure, on the context, on the situation. Right?
Okay, teacher.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Or maybe do you have any question?
No, o sea, como es que la mejor opción sería usar el would primero que todos los demás.
A ver, en esto de los modales, para cada uno de los condicionales, perdón, tenemos un modal con el que trabaja, específicamente hablando de los dos últimos condicionales. Estos dos últimos condicionales pueden ser intercambiados por modales. Vamos a tomar el ejemplo de el past and real conditional, que es el último condicional. En el result clause puedes utilizar el would, que es como el que en general, si es que no podrías dominar o no te acuerdas a veces del uso de cada uno de los modales, es un comodín. Ahora, digamos, si quieres utilizar otro modal, vas a querer utilizar might, te preguntas, ¿está correcto el uso del might siguiendo sus reglas, sabiendo que es el menos probable? ¿Ok? Entonces, sí, lo mismo sucede con otros tiempos verbales. Hay que saber bien los modales, de lo contrario, no vamos a poder utilizarlos, incluso va a cambiar el contexto de lo que vamos a querer decir. En general, el would es como un comodín que lo puedes utilizar con todo si es que no supieras o no pudieras dominar o no te acuerdes del uso de todos los modales. Lo recomendable es que te aprendas, pero como recién se está aprendiendo los condicionales, te permite utilizar solamente el would. Ya, ahora cuando tienes un poquito de inglés avanzado, ya no solo se utiliza el would, ya utilizas más modales. En este caso, lo que compete a might, should, could, right? Van a haber ciertos ejercicios como acá que te dan directamente qué modal tienes que utilizar, porque el could va acorde a la situación. Sabemos que el could es el poder, es habilidad en pasado, entonces cumple con la función. El can específica, en general es para alguna habilidad que yo pueda tener, puedo nadar, right? Pasado, could. Tengo que poner en pasado por el nombre de la lección, past real conditional, right? Pero sí, es súper necesario saber para tener más vocabulario, ¿no? Para tener más gramática, sí. Por el momento, como te digo, está bien solo utilizar would, pero a medida que vayas avanzando y preferiría que se utilicen más modales para que tu vocabulario sea más amplio, tu gramática sea más amplia. Incluso cuando se usan otros modales que no sea would, ya denota que sabes el uso de cada uno de los modales. Si es que no te acordaras, ahí tenemos en la misma lección, right? Tenemos en el mismo módulo el uso de todos los modales. Sin embargo, igual está en el PDF que te envié hace tiempo, pero si no estoy mal, igual incluye los condicionales. Sí, hay los condicionales en la última página, están del PDF de todos los tiempos verbales y te va a ayudar bastante videos que puedes encontrar en YouTube. Porque sí, es cierto que algunos, especialmente el may y el might, ciertos condicionales que se suelen confundir o ciertos modales que también cumplen la misma función de otros, de dar consejo, de recibir consejo, ¿ok? Entonces es tal vez lo complicado de los modales. No es nada del otro mundo, sin embargo es de práctica, es pura práctica, no hay de otra, pero puedes utilizar solo would, puedes, no hay ningún problema. A medida que vayas avanzando, de preferencia, trata de intercambiar con otros modales para ampliar tu gramática más que todo. Y repasar los modales, no solo para eso, sino porque se tiene que saber. ¿Ok? ¿Qué pasa si alguien va y nos dice algo con algún modal y nosotros no sabemos el significado? Estamos en problemas. ¿Ok?
Ok, teacher. Sí.
Voy a tratar de enviarte, Astrid, un PDF de los modales Voy a buscarlo, no estoy segura si la tengo acá o la tenía en mi laptop, pero te voy a enviar para que tengas una idea, porque si no tenemos una idea en general o todos los modelos juntos, se nos olvida. Así que no te
Ok,
preocupes, te lo voy a
sí,
enviar en
gracias.
PDF. ¿Ok?
Sí, porque se me puede, sí, se me hace hasta en español a veces, ¿no? Costumbre de usar tal vez las mismas palabras, los mismos modales y ya con el inglés también. Pero,
Sí, incluso hay quienes dicen que tal vez con el inglés se aprende mejor la gramática de nuestro mismo idioma, porque
mm,
aprendes en
claro.
realidad que cada palabra que sale, cada tiempo verbal que utilizamos, también hay en otro idioma, entonces ya sabemos los nombres. Entonces con esa guía ya podemos aprender otros idiomas también. Pero sí, y es cierto que en castellano esto de los modales solo utilizamos uno, a lo mucho dos, se desconoce de los demás. Incluso hay algunos modales en inglés que en castellano no existen. Es el caso de aura, right, or auto, eh, que es así, ese es el spelling. Aura, hay quienes pronuncian aura, hay quienes pronuncian auto, y no hay una traducción específica para esto, entonces no tenemos esto en castellano, pero a veces nos guiamos por la traducción próxima o por el significado próximo que pueda tener. Entonces, por eso a veces se nos complica un poquito más. Pero si sabemos en inglés no hay ningún problema. Voy a tratar de buscarlo. Al finalizar la clase te lo voy a enviar. Si es que lo encuentro en la computadora, si no te estaría enviando mañana. ¿Sí?
Ok, muchas gracias. Ujú.
All right. It's a matter of practice, right? I remember that I didn't like the models. For me, it was stressful because I couldn't understand, and then I used to ask myself why don't we only use one model in or one model for all the sentences, and then but it's very extent, right? We have to know all of them in order to improve our grammar. Okay?
Okay. Yes, for me it's difficult now, and I'm going to read. Maybe I'm going to research more about the models.
Yes, I'm gonna share a video with you. This
Mhm.
video I used to share with my kids, right? I had the
Mm.
one group and they were kids, right? So it is the pictures are very cute and then and it's only one part of the models, right? I guess this professor, Juan Lopez. No, I don't remember the whole name. It was something like that. It was something with Lopez. I'm not sure if he has posted the second part of this video, but the first part, it was incredible because it is like the supermodels. That's the name of the lesson, supermodels, and it's like he explained in the way like this is super or this is Mr. I don't know, Mr. Shoot, right? And his superpower is the advice, he gives advice, and then, right? So in that order, I could teach my students, my kids, right? Este video es específicamente hecho para niños, donde explica los modales de una manera de superhéroes. Entonces explica cada superpoder que el modal tiene. Entonces con eso te va a ayudar a tener una idea en general y ya con eso vas a poder ubicar, porque a veces buscamos en internet y nos confunden más, no sabemos de qué sitios confiarnos. Entonces este también es un profesor que explica súper bien esta lección de los modales. I'm gonna send it right now. Give me a second.
Mhm. Please.
So you're gonna check this. Give me a second. Okay. Where is it? I don't remember his name. Oh my God. Okay, maybe I'm gonna look where. I'm gonna search. No, I can't find it. Oh my God, I can't find it. Estoy tratando de buscar el nombre, pero no me acuerdo el nombre del profesor. A ver. I guess it was Alejo. Yes, Alejo. It was not Lopez. It was Lopera. So now I'm gonna try to. Oh yes, I guess this one is this one. Well, this is about might and may. Okay. Then in the same. Okay, I'm gonna send it to your WhatsApp, right? En el mismo sitio vas a poder encontrar todos los videos de Alejo Lopera, right? Solo, yes, también tengo ok, también hay esta, que es la diferencia de should and ought to, right? Entonces, hasta acá ya tienes 4 modales, que son los que más se utilizan. Ok, what else? No, it's not this one. Yes, here I'm gonna send you another one. This is about the use of shall. The other day, I guess you asked me something about it. The use of shall. It's about a superhero though. And then, yes, what else? No. No, I guess, what is this video? Yes, I guess I'm gonna try to look for them, right? And okay. Yes, and this is gonna be an extra video. It's about the cognates, right? This is a lesson. Well, it's not a lesson like that, but it's something that we, in Spanish, we confuse because it sounds similar in English. A veces pensamos que porque suena igual en castellano, por ejemplo, es el caso de, no, bueno, no es parte de esta lección, ¿no? Pero pensamos que, por ejemplo, embarrassed es embarazada cuando es pregnant. Embarrassed es avergonzado, right? Entonces pensamos que a veces pensamos que a veces ciertas palabras porque se parecen castellano son iguales en inglés. Entonces este video te va a dar las más cercanas. I'm sorry?
Sí, suele pasar a veces. Yo también lo asocio cuando es parecido al español. Debe ser ese, ¿no? Debe ser ese significado.
Yes, it happens. The same happens with actually, right? Actually, it's not actualmente, it's currently, right? But we think that in Spanish and English, it's the same. So that video is going to help you, right? So I'm going to try to look for some other videos about the supermodels, I mean, and I'm going to send it as soon as I have it. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right, thank you, Astrid. So that will be everything for today. I'm gonna launch the pool. Once it's done, please let me know. And that will be everything for today. Have a great night. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Okay, teacher, it's done. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Astrid. Have a great night. See you.